on Friday Sews, we're talking about the Destash and how it went, what I've been making, and a little bit about life. Hi everyone, welcome to Friday Sews and welcome to my channel. And for those that are subscribers, thank you for coming back and welcome. And for those people that are new to the channel, I hope you enjoy it and have a lot of fun, which is, for me, that's one of the great things about what I'm aiming for is fun, friendliness, and, well, fashion, but really it's about what I'm comfortable with and how I like to play with fashion. So a little bit about some of that. So what am I wearing? Today I'm wearing one of my makes. It's a jumper I made last season, and we're in winter now, deep winter, and it's quite cold, so I've got my woolens out. And as I've said before, we don't get a lot of cold weather here in Perth, but we actually do get some very cold days. So this jumper is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. And I got the exact same yarn, the recommended yarn and the recommended colours. So this is, and it's a Zandra Rhodes pattern, and it's from the Make a Statement pattern book. And there she is. She's amazing. She's a fabulous designer. She's got a long history of designing pretty out there and very colourful things, and she's very funky and really fits with my style. And I love the some of the images she has in this book. And again, my favourite colour, pink, one of my favourite colours. But I've never really knitted or worn yellow before, and this jumper's turned out to have quite a bit of yellow, not near my face. So I'll show you the pattern that I knitted, and it literally turned out exactly like this. How cool is it? And so the name of the pattern is the Bridie pattern out of this fabulous book, the Make a Statement book. And there's some other images here. There's a lovely lady wearing that same jumper, and this one here is that same lady. And I don't know if you've noticed, but both the sleeves are different. So one side is one type of stripes, the other side is another type. So this one has a stripe on the long sleeve part of it, you see, and this side doesn't have any colour work on the puff, you see. So it's only on this part of the sleeve, and the whole sleeve is done in rib, and it is so comfortable. It is so comfortable to wear that all ribbing. The first part of the bottom, the cuff part of the ribbing is in slightly smaller needles as per usual, and then all of this, it just feels comfortable. It does flop down a little bit. I guess I could put a little something to make that pop up a little bit, but I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, and this is a bit of wearable art that I purchased a couple of years ago from a designer. This is all handmade beads and everything, absolutely glorious. Isn't that pretty? And this matches this perfectly, was made for it. So that's what I'm wearing. I'm just wearing it with a skirt, a house skirt that I wear all the time, that I made. It's pretty cold, and it's a lovely cozy skirt. So the yarn that I use to knit that is Colourlab DK. So that's some of us still call that 8-ply. So DK weight, and I knitted to the gauge, so I was able to knit exactly as was set out in the pattern. So very exciting to be able to wear it again, and I had forgotten how beautiful it is to wear. So that's my lovely jumper. Now, what have I been making? I've made a couple of things this week. Hooray! Shock, shock. I know, it's a shock. So I've made the, in the blue with the pretty butterflies. This is double brush poly from Lush Fabrics here in Perth. And it's the Willow Wrap Dress by Love Notions. Beautiful. I've made it before in a green and yellow kind of colorway. And it is beautiful for this type of weather. So I'll put a bit of a twirl in here. So the I made a medium, and the I did double check that the pattern fits okay, and for double brush poly it fits absolutely perfectly. So I'm very happy with the outcome of that. The only thing is that the sleeves are ever so slightly short, so I may make a cuff out of the same fabric. I've got some left, and just put a cuff on the bottom of the sleeve, and then also when I push it up it'll stay there. So that's the only change I will make, but I'm very happy with that, and finally I finished something. Yay! Now, what else? I also made another Tabitha tee. Well, I just need more t-shirts, and also I was thinking about cutting out t-shirts, and I found this pretty fabric. You're seeing a theme this week. Bit of pink, bit of blue. So I could only get short sleeves, and the sleeves are actually a little bit too short for a, shall we say, older person's arms. So that's a little bit of a shame, but that's all right, deal with it. So that's turned out lovely, and the neckline worked out really lovely as well. I did the Chanel web neckline. Does anyone know that? And once again, I didn't put a tag. I just put a bit of self fabric so it doesn't scratch on my neck. So that's the Tabitha tee. And the last thing I've also been making is the Olympia dress from Love Notions. And I'm making it in long sleeves, so the middle view. And I'm doing medium with a double D bust. And I've never done a full bust. Oh, sorry, I've never followed a full bust size pattern before, so not sure how it would turn out. So I've just got the bodice made. Black and white Dalmatian material. No, it's French terry. It's cotton French terry. It's very lovely. So, but I've made long sleeves. And the neckline has turned, I fussed around after this for ages. I'm such a slow sewer, and I'm very, very fussy about the neck, because I think, well, if I'm going to all this trouble of making something, let's make it so that I feel comfortable in it and I feel like it looks nice. So the best I can make it. So that's that. Now, I'm not sure that I've done it exactly correctly, because I've had to put a few gathers in the side where the bust is and where it joins the back. So because the front, I think I've done something wrong. So I'm going to double check the pattern. But however, I do believe it'll be okay once I get the weight of the skirt on it. And the skirt has pockets, and it's quite a full skirt. I remind you, the pattern, it's got quite a full skirt. I think it's half circle. Anyway, it's quite heavy, and it will be quite heavy. So that will bring that down. I also took 1/2 centimetre off the waist, you know, at the shorten and lengthen line. Now, I did that because the previous one I made, the toile I made, it was quite long in the body, so fingers crossed. Let's hope it works out okay. But I will report back when I've finished. So I'm very pleased with how it's sewing up. It's beautiful to sew, I must say. Where did I get the fabric? Good question. I think I might have got it from someone was sharing it or destashing it, and then I picked it up at my sewing group. So that's where I got it from. So, and it was quite a length of fabric as well. So anyway, we'll see how that turns out. I have been very productive, as you can see, which is pretty unusual for me, being such a slow stower, slow to make decisions, and finally I'm starting to crack on with it. I'm a little bit proud. A bit of an instigator, or a reason, if you like, that I've sort of got on the roll with this is because I've been staying with my sister for a few days. Her hubby's away, so I went and stayed with her, and we spread everything out and got cracking with some sewing. So we've had a fabulous time. I'm back now, and I've just got a couple of little tweaks to make. I'd like to finish the Olympia dress, and then I'll have 3 new garments to wear. So that's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I've got my Sojo back big time. It's almost like I can't wait to get back to that machine. Yay. You might be all wondering how I went at the Destash. And thanks for all your comments about the Destash and the preparation. You know, I was in a pickle. Remember that one? I was in a pickle getting ready for the Destash. Well, I had I attended the Destash. I got my stand all set up, and I do have some images here. I'll do my best to load them on. And one of you lovely people made a comment and said something like, be careful you don't come back with more than you go with, and don't spend more than you make. You know what? It's really hilarious. I did come back with a couple of little things. I was very self-controlled, I must say, and only one small piece of fabric, which I'll show you. And the other thing was that when I worked out my dollars and cents and my money and how much I'd spent and made, well, including the cost of the stand and a little bit of fabric that I sold and a few patterns and things, against a few things that I purchased, I came out minus $1.50. How does that work? It's almost even Stevens. So I thought that was hilarious. I had so much fun though. And I wanted to say hello to all those people that came to my stand, and hello to all those new subscribers. So some people have decided to become subscribers after meeting me. And also thank you for those people that are already my subscribers and you came up and said hello, and we had a great chat, and it was so nice to meet you face to face, and I absolutely loved it. We had a long chats and a little bit about the channel and what you might like to, you know, future things for me to talk about and so on. So it was great. I had a great day, and it was really cold, and so yeah, it was excellent. Thanks for coming. Here's the fabric I bought. I realised later when I had a decent look at it, it's just about 0.5 of a metre. And it's like a gabardine or something quite heavy. I'm going to make it as part of a skirt. Oranges and pinks. It's got some animals on it. Not quite sure they are. And it's a repeat pattern. And a tree. Yeah, isn't that nice? So that'll be just the right length to make a skirt. And I'll put an image of the book that I'm going to refer to and use as the guide of the to make the skirt. It's just an A-line skirt pattern book that's got lots and lots of different patterns. But it turns out it's IKEA fabric. You know what? I've only been to IKEA twice in my whole life. I know. Call me crazy. But I must be getting myself there, because I didn't even know they had fabric. So I will go and have a play in IKEA one day and check out what else they've got. However, you know, my rule this year is to keep sewing out of the cupboard. So I'm trying to really stick by my rule and my promise to myself, and hopefully I'll get a lot of my dream garments made that I've been dreaming about and thinking about for years. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching and joining me and sticking to the end. It's been a lot of fun as usual, and I love sharing it with you. And thank you so much for your comments. I'm really enjoying communing with you and chatting to you, and those people that are putting comments most times. It's like we're getting to know each other. So I'm really enjoying that. I hope you are too. And as I said earlier, a very warm welcome to those people that are new to the channel. Please, I encourage you to write a little comment. It doesn't have to be long. And then we can start chatting back and forward. So thanks again for watching. Have a lovely week. Stay well. Happy sewing. And I shall see you next time. Bye.